Now, yesterday I was telling you about the two agencies, one of which is WCMC, and the second which I was telling you that was IUCN. Second, which I was telling you that was IUCN. This WCMC is World Conservation Monitoring Center. This is World Conservation Monitoring Center. And IUCN is International Union for Conservation of Nature. This is International Union for Conservation of Nature. In 2004, a data was given by these agencies to tell that how many species have been described so far in the whole globe. Till now, how many species have been described. And the data which was given, it was about 1.5 million species. 1.5 million species have been described so far. And in these species, more are animals as compared to plants. That means more of the animals have been discovered as compared to plants. Then there was one researcher, the name of whose was Robert May. Another researcher, Robert May. He came out with a conclusion, and that was that there are about 7 million species on the earth. 7 million species on the earth. That means the data given was 1.5 million, but this researcher, this gentleman was saying these are 7 million species. That means many, many species are yet to be discovered. So this was what research Robert May did, and on the basis of his research, he gave this number that there are 7 million species in all. So the data which was given by IUCN, they said 1.5 million. If we go by that data, that means many more species are there to be described, to be surveyed, to be discovered. So now we will talk something about India, that how many species are there in India, and how many species, what is mega biodiversity, and how many countries are there in that group of mega biodiversity countries. So there is a term mega biodiversity. Mega always means big, more. Mega biodiversity. Diversity is again variation in the life forms. So when we talk of mega biodiversity countries, that means the country where there is a vast variation in its life form. The countries which are included in this are 12. There are 12 countries which are in the list of the mega biodiversity countries. India is also included in this list of mega biodiversity countries, and India ranks 8th. India ranks 8th in this list. That means India's number in the list of the mega biodiversity is 8. Besides India, the various other countries which are included in this list are Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador. Mexico is there. Colombia is there. Ecuador is there, then Peru is there, Brazil is there, Zaire is there, Madagascar is there, China is there, then we have our country India here, and then Malaysia, Indonesia, and Australia. Malaysia, Indonesia, and Australia. India ranks 8th in this list, and we have 12 countries in the list of mega biodiversity country. Now, if we see the land area of our country, if we see the land area of our country has 2.4% of world's land. Our country has India has only 2.4% of world's total land. Okay. Total world's land, we have only this much, 2.5%. Now, when we see that this is only this much land we have, and we are on the 8th number in the list of mega biodiversity, this rank looks impressive. This ranking of India in this list is impressive. So we can say yes, that means we are a country. This is impressive. This India's rank looks to be impressive, 8th rank, because we have little land, and in this land we are showing biodiversity, mega biodiversity. That means we have very rich uh, natural resources. That is why we are a country of mega biodiversity, and we are ranked 8th. Now, beta, there is a picture given in your NCERT book which I would like to show you. Here, first I would like to show you from the book itself, and then I may draw it. This is, I think you all have your NCERT book. This is a picture which is given on page number 260, and the picture looks like this. If you can see, this is the picture which has been given, and here they have shown in the book, if you see, they have shown representing global biodiversity, proportionate number of species of major taxa of plants, invertebrates, and vertebrates. They have given here, if you see, they have given the various figures here, the diagrams here. Number 1 is this, where they show how many invertebrates are there, then vertebrates they have given, and the third one about the plants. Now, if we see vertebrates, if we see the distribution of vertebrates all over the world, page number is 260, beta, 260. Page number is 260. This is the page number on which you can find this picture, 260. So these chapters which we are doing these days, these are more theoretical types. So on this page number 260, if you see, the distribution of invertebrates, vertebrates, and plants have been given. What is the distribution of these life forms, various life forms all over the world? When we see in case of invertebrates, you know what are invertebrates, which do not have the vertebral column. Invertebrates, where the vertebral column is absent, the backbone is absent. So they show this picture to be like this. One little more than this. Yes. This distribution, and then we have some place for this and a narrow division of this. This complete this one, the whole. This is for insects, arthropods, largest phylum. That means maximum insects are discovered. That means all over the world, maximum insects are discovered. Then these are mollusks and then crustaceans. These are mollusks. These are crustaceans. Crustaceans, that means like prawns, crabs, they are crustaceans. And these are other animal groups. These are other animal groups. So other animal groups, if you see, they and the mollusk, they are almost equal, little more. Other animal group is little more than the mollusk. But if you see more than 75%, you can say more than, yeah, 70%, more than 70%. I'm just taking 70%. This is about 78%. More than 70% area of the world, I mean, maximum are the number of invertebrates. Among the invertebrates are the insects which have been discovered so far. Then about say 20% of mollusks, 15% of crustaceans, and all other animals which are discovered till now are again 20 to 25%. So see, so many vertebrates still are left to be discovered. Then the second picture which we see in the book is of vertebrates. Now in the vertebrates, if we see what we see in the vertebrates, these are vertebrates. That means the organisms who have vertebral column. The vertebral column is present, their backbone is present. If you see 50%, almost 50% of the vertebrates which have been discovered so far are fishes. That means spices. These have been discovered. After that, we have mammals, birds. If we divide it into two, further divide it into two, further divide it into two, we have mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. Here we have mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. These are the vertebrates which have been discovered till now. And among all the vertebrates which have been discovered till now, 50% are the fishes. Then 25% mammals, birds 25%, 25% reptiles, and 25% amphibians, which have been discovered. Now, what type of questions you are asked in the exams? Sometimes in the exams, you are just given these pictures. And suppose in place of fish, they will write X. They can write X or they can write A. And you will have to find out what is this. So you can write down X are fishes. This is the way you can describe. Or you are asked, what are these here? Y. What are these Y? So you can write down Y is equal to reptiles. So these are the questions which can be asked, or they can ask which vertebrates are there, which are whose numbers are maximum among the uh, invertebrates which have been discovered so far. So you can write down insects which belong to the group Arthropoda. They are the ones which have been discovered in maximum numbers among the invertebrates. This is you can write. So such type of questions can be asked from these graphs. Then there is about the plants. Then what have they given about in the plants? That I'm going to draw for you. In the plants, what they have given is here. what they have given here is, this is the center. Now these are occupied by fungi. This large group is occupied by fungi, and another group of maximum organisms is occupied by angiosperms. That means flowering plants. These are decomposers and these are angiosperms. So fungi and angiosperm, they are discovered in more numbers than any of the other plants. The others which are there are mosses, ferns, and lilies. You can say mosses here, mosses, ferns, which have been discovered. Same way here, algae and lichens. The plants are discovered till now in this fashion. So this is how the invertebrates, vertebrates, and plants have been discovered so far. So now we come to another topic. As I have already told, that India has 2.5, 2.4% of the world's land area. So India has world's 2.4% of world's land area. This I have already, world's land area. India has only 2.5%, and still we are ranked eighth rank in the list of the mega biodiversity country. Now, in India, till now, nearly 45,000 species of plants. So the plants which have been discovered till now are 45,000 species. And double of this, animals have been discovered. So animals which have been discovered till now is about 90,000 species have been discovered till now. Now what this gentleman Robert May said. Robert May in his research said that till now only 22% of all the species have been described so far. Whatever number of species are present all over the world, till now out of that only 22%. Only 22% of the world species has been discovered so far. So that means if we consider this figure, that till now, even in India, only whatever that we know that among the plants, 45,000 species are there, and amongst the animals, there are 90,000 species. This is what we know. And if we consider this as 22%, so how many more plants and animals are yet to be discovered? So in that respect, about, if we go by this law, which was given by, go by these figures, which were given by Robert May, among the plants, still 1 lakh species are yet to be discovered. Still 1 lakh species are yet to be discovered. And when we say animals, because animals variety are more, so about 3 lakhs species are yet to be discovered. So that means Where are these species waiting for us for to be discovered? See, if you think the Sundarban is an area of, you know, biodiversities, mega biodiversity rather, I'll say. It is an area of mega biodiversity. You think all the plants and animal species which existed have been discovered so far? No, they have not been discovered so far. Still, many species of plants and animals are yet there to be discovered. Same way, if we speak globally, uh, Amazon basin rather, that Amazon area, you think all the species which are there, have been discovered so far? No, not yet. Whatever Robert May said, up to some extent, it is right that all the species which are present in these areas, they have not been discovered. Only a little part of it, that is just 22%, has been discovered, and many species of plants, animals, and other organisms are waiting for us to discover them. Maybe in coming time, some of you will become researchers and you will find out some of the species. But till now, this is what has been discovered. So, beta, till here, any problem to anybody, or is it understood? Anything you want me to repeat, or any question if you have? Yes, beta, any question? Anybody is having any question out of this, whatever I have taught? Any query? Yes, bache, any question out of that? Yes, Paras is saying it's clear to him. Vanshika, no, okay, it's clear. Fine. Okay. So Suksahaj is also saying it's clear. So no question in it, because this is rather such a topic. Most of it requires just reading. So what do you think? Which amongst the invertebrates, which particular group of animals is the maximum in number which has been discovered so far? Yes. What do you think? Those are insects. Amongst the invertebrates, those are insects. Yes. Even when we did classification in the previous classes, classification was there in ninth class also, and classification was there in 11th class also. So what we studied when we were doing that phylum Arthropoda, we studied that it is the largest phylum. Maximum number of organisms are there. Maximum number, largest phylum, maximum number of organisms are there in this phylum. That means why that form the largest phylum? Because most of the insects amongst the invertebrates, most of the invertebrates which are discovered till now so far, though most of them are the insects. So that means the number of insects which have been discovered are more than any other vertebrates. So maybe in the coming years, it may happen that this figure may change, that some other organisms may dominate the insects. But till now, the organisms which has been discovered by the researchers amongst all the invertebrates, the list is topped by the insects. Now, Vita, you think that the pattern of biodiversity, we come to the next topic. I'll tell you just I'll give you an introduction of this, little introduction. That there is pattern of biodiversity. What do we mean by pattern of biodiversity? All the organisms are not distributed all over an area. Suppose when we talk of our country, all the organisms are not distributed, all the life forms are not distributed in a uniform pattern. Somewhere the distribution of the life form is different, and somewhere it is different. So what is which way? See, the diversity, if you see, is more in the areas which are hot and humid. The diversity of organism is more in the areas which are hot and humid as compared to the ones which are very cold. That means the diversity in the very, very cold region of India, if you see, if you go to the cold region of Kashmir, towards the cold region of Kashmir, the diversity is less as compared to the what is found in the Sundarbans area. The biodiversity, the range of biodiversity is more in the Sundarbans area as compared to the other areas which are colder as compared to that hot and humid area. So the pattern of biodiversity is not same. It depends on the climate, it depends on the environmental conditions of that area, and on the basis of the environmental conditions which prevail there, okay, the biodiversity exists. Mostly hot and humid climate favors the biodiversity, whereas if the climate is cold and snowy, it doesn't favor the biodiversity. The biodiversity, the range of biodiversity will be less in an area which is cold and snowy, whereas the range of biodiversity will be more if the area is hot and humid. This is what I'm talking about the Sundarbans. Sundarbans is an area of which is hot and humid, and there the biodiversity is more. If we take it globally, Amazon is the same type. Amazon has the same type of weather. It is also very hot and humid. So if you see, there also the biodiversity has a wide range. Different type of life forms exist there. I think maximum life forms exist in the Amazon area. The variation in life forms is maximum in the Amazon area, and most of the species have been discovered, have been surveyed from that area only. And still many, many more are left to be surveyed and to be discovered. So the pattern of biodiversity is not same everywhere. It depends on the environmental factor, on the latitudes of that particular region.